By then you will be both qualified and well experienced and able to fulfill roles of increasingly significant responsibility and authority. The decisions you make then, the attitudes of mind that you then have, the leadership skills you will have then developed will all play a huge part in the success that you achieve as a professional or as a senior manager. Dare I also say that your entrepreneurial skills will also be tested. After all, business may well be about providing goods and services to customers, but it's also about doing so for a sustainable profit. And it is this important matter of balancing your professional responsibilities as well as making profits that I would like to focus upon for a few minutes. We've all read about the various corporate collapses that occur from time to time in this economy and in this business world. This is usually accompanied by large-scale losses to creditors and lenders. Almost invariably, the investors lose part or all of their investment. Tragically, employees lose their jobs, and suppliers and customers suffer major disruption. We may well ask ourselves, how on earth did this happen? The business was probably being run by experienced business people, and the ranks of its management no doubt contained qualified, skilled and experienced people. The answer to this is almost always simple but profound. In many cases, the people responsible for the business allowed the drive to achieve profits to overcome their sense of professional duty and responsibility. In short, they had a failure of integrity. Now, I do not wish to imply that every bankruptcy flows from a lack of integrity. Clearly, there are cases where product obsolescence or competitive forces result in failure despite the best efforts of those concerned. But equally, there have been instances where sheer arrogance and greed on the part of senior, well-paid managers, and as an aside, wanting to continue to be well-paid is often a large contributor to this, results in striving for unachievable goals, running the organisation into high risk to try and arrive at those unachievable goals, putting the balance sheet in ever greater danger, and finally and usually generating cash shortages that trigger off administration or even liquidation. These kinds of business failures involve people who put aside their integrity in an effort to achieve glory and recognition and, of course, high personal gain. In short, they lost track of the difference between right and wrong. Now, why am I recounting this to the graduates here today? It's because the kinds of people I've just referred to very likely had the same kind of education that you've just received, and no doubt went into the business world with the same kind of hopes and ambitions that you no doubt have. But somehow it all went wrong. The simple but important conclusion to be drawn from all this for you deserving graduates today is to remember to maintain your sense of professional responsibility and integrity throughout the long careers you are soon to embark on. I can tell you that the enticements and the possibilities for doing the opposite will occur at some point or points on the way through, but I urge you to keep your integrity firmly intact at all times. There are many great role models in our society who people recognise and look up to. But the distinguishing characteristic of those successful business people is that they both achieved and maintained their integrity. The others, of course, did not and were consigned to their well-deserved corporate oblivion. If I could now return to today's happy ceremony and say once again how pleased I am to be here to witness a new cohort of fine young graduates receiving your degrees. The fact that you have undertaken and completed your tertiary studies gives you a great start to your future career, and I wish each of you much satisfaction and success with those careers. There is a footnote comment I would like to make that may be helpful to you and provide some guidance in your career. First is the fact that as an accountant myself, I progressed through the first 5 or 10 years of my career with a strong belief that financial management and control was the key to the success of a business enterprise. And it certainly is a key, but I finally learned that the key to success is effective people leadership skills. The simple truth is that everything in business is, so to speak, an inanimate object. It is only people that actually do anything. So how well you work, firstly within a team, and later in leading a team, will probably more than anything else determine how successful you are. It is not enough to be a capable lawyer or a good accountant or a good manager. Important though that is, I urge you to absorb the lessons about people leadership very thoroughly. It will pay big dividends in the end. My thanks to all of you for the privilege of being here today, and once again my best wishes to you for the future. Thank you.